And we're taking a look at the Arma Granite 4x4 brushed version. Just bought this baby, picked it up from A Main Hobbies. Got it for $181. It was a scratch and dent. One of the shocks had leaked. Ooh, oh my! But I got it $30-some off with free shipping, so I figured I'd give it a go. Why did I buy this? Mostly for my kids. Apparently, they're really, really tough and relatively indestructible, and they didn't need brushless. They're not ready yet. They're only 8 and 9. I'm too afraid they'll just break it. You know, faster isn't always better, especially for kids. The other reason was it can pull apart in like seconds. Apparently, if we were to take a normal RC like any one of these, you know, it's like all kinds of screws and all kinds of stuff to take stuff apart. Whereas this one is like an easy disassembly. So that's another reason why I picked this guy up. Really love these body clips with the little pull tabs. You know, we've been doing that for years with the fuel line and the zip ties, but this being included, this should just be on every RC. Body seems okay. You know, it's not a really huge 10th scale. I'd say we're going back more towards the original 10th scale. And it's supposed to be a monster truck, and you can clearly see, I mean, the Slash is nearly the same size as it, if not, I mean, it's actually bigger. You know, you can just tell that it's not as big as a Slash. And then I have a ECX Ruckus. These are all 10th scale trucks. And you can see that that's bigger, it's taller. Just, you know, it's a smaller scaled truck, but it's not tiny, because I still haven't returned this Red Cat Volcano yet. No, I'm sorry, not the Volcano, the Blackout. This is a 10th scale monster truck. Now that is tiny. That's just too small in my opinion. That's not 10th scale. That's 12th scale. This could still be 10th scale. It's more like I said, going back a bunch of years, where 10th scale was a little smaller than what it today is. Everything seems to grow a little bit. And it's probably how they maximize the money, because like this ECX is larger, but all the stuff is so chintzy and cheap. Whereas you can see on this one, you can just see, I mean, look how bulky all that is. It just looks really, really great. There's the whole bottom. If you've been sitting here waiting, I apologize for my rambling. It's got some decent tires on it. I'm not going to say they're perfect, but I'm sure they would balloon if you brushless it. But brushed, I'm sure it's going to be just fine for a couple of kids. And you look at the bottom of this thing, and look how chintzy and cheap all that is. It's just really tiny. I mean, the whole truck just kind of wiggles and wobbles because everything's just so cheap, and this thing's a lot more stable. Suspension out of the box seems pretty good, even with a leaked shock, and you can see this is the one that leaked. And we're going to run it like this regardless. I mean, we're only going out there for a few minutes, so just curious. Just make sure it all works for the kids. I'll rebuild the shock probably tonight. So here's a look inside. It comes with a 7-cell hump pack. Got it right here. So it comes with this 7-cell hump pack, nickel metal hydride, 2400, 8.4 volts. I don't really use nickel metal hydride anymore. Probably end up selling that on eBay. Mostly everything is now LiPo. These are Fluorion. These are the, let's see. It's a 2S, 7.4 volt, 40C, 6200 milliamp. Picked them up on Amazon. They're like super cheap. eBay. A lot of the sellers will accept offers. So if you're an eBay person, that's something to think about. So it does come with the Dean style connectors. So that was pretty easy for me because I do have some of those, even though I am going to be switching over all of my RC cars very soon to that new, what is it, the XT 150s or something. I don't know. Apparently you can swap them back and forth, so you can do parallel and series. And so anyway, 12-turn brushed motor, speed controller. I still am not a fan of this. You got to move these little tabs around if you have the nickel metal hydride battery or the LiPo battery. And then what's the other one for? The other one is for reverse on or off, so you can lock out reverse if you're going to go racing. Servo, I don't know because we haven't run it yet. And everything else looks pretty good. Like I said, you can actually see all these things where like these things just turn. See this here where it says pull. So it's easy disassembly. And I'll tell you what, if you work on these things enough, you start realizing, I mean, look at that one. Snap that baby right in half. You start realizing that it's a lot of time to fix them. So if Arrma can do it without the thing falling apart while I'm driving it, and it actually is better, then why the hell not? So I'm gonna talk real quick about the transmitter, and I do apologize for this big thing wrapped around it. That's gonna be so we can see when we go outside. I don't feel like taking it off. But I'll be honest, this is probably the cheapest feeling transmitter I've seen. Red Cats are just way better, and obviously the other companies like Traxxas and stuff are better than these. This is probably the chintziest ever I've seen come with a kit. I know a lot of people will like them. They have really high reviews. I'm not going to say it doesn't work properly. I'm just going to say it as far as like quality, I mean, it's just garbage. So let's put the battery on. The battery's in, plugged in. We're going to turn this baby on. Let's turn the remote on. It's got the switch in the back here. Got that on. Turn that on. Make sure we're good. Looks like we're working. All right, I'm going to pause this and we're going to go outside. Be right back.